Hello, this is Miss Lyons, the Senior Success Coach at Mocha, and I was just making this video to help you figure out how to understand your transcript to make sure that you are on track for graduation. So, I've logged into the student demo account here just to show you this is the student homepage. So, to get to your transcripts, you're going to want to click on your gradebook. Once you click on your gradebook, you'll click up here at high school transcript. And there, your transcript will come up. This will show you information about your high school, including transfer records and things like that. If you are a new student, please note that it may be just a little bit before that gets completely updated. But this is just to show you what you'll see. You can also see your GPA for each semester, and your cumulative GPA is at the bottom. So if you're wondering about your GPA, that's where you find it. Okay, so scrolling down though on this demo, I want to show you exactly how to figure out that you're getting what you need. So we're going to pay attention to the very bottom. For the 24-25 school year, this shows the courses that you're enrolled in. Like I said, yours will be different. This is just demo. And then below that, you see your credits earned. So this demo has 19 credits earned. You have to have 24 credits earned. That is the total for Missouri graduation requirements. And then underneath that is your progression plan. And this is your graduation academic requirements are first. So that shows how many credits you need in each subject area. So you can see whether you have your 4 credits required for English. In this case, there's a no. You usually have 2 half credits per year. Remember, a course is only a half credit per semester. So, like your freshman year, maybe you took English 1A in the fall and English 1B in the spring. So, you would have a half credit in the fall for English and a half credit in the spring, making 1 full credit. So, in this case, the demo student has 3 credits, so we need a full credit in English. You'll see a check mark if that requirement has already been met, so it's complete. So this column shows us credits required, this column's credits complete, and this column shows whether it's checked off or not. So for this one, I want to make sure that I have 2 English classes to fulfill that 1 credit. I also have another no here for other mathematics. So I'm going to want to make sure I have 1.5 credits earned, and I need 2. So I'm going to want to make sure I have another half math credit up there that I'm taking this year. I also have a no for biology. It looks like I need a full credit in biology, so 2 biology courses. Then I have another no for American government, so I need a half credit of American government and a half credit of other social studies. So now I know for my academic requirements what I need here for subject area. So I want to make sure that I've got that full credit for English, a half credit of other math, a full credit of biology, half credit of government, and half credit of other social studies. So I'm going to go up here and look. I have English 4A and English 4B. That equals a full credit of English, which I needed. I had 3, I need 4. So half credit and half credit equals a whole. So English 4 is going to cover my English requirement that I need to meet. Then I also needed a half credit in other math. Well, I have this consumer math B. That's going to take care of that other half math credit. Also needed a full credit of biology, and I have biology A and biology B. So that's going to take care of my biology credit. And then it also said I needed a half credit of American government. I have American government here. And a half credit of another social studies, and I have world history here. Okay, so it looks like I'm covered on my academic requirements as long as I pass those courses up here. But why do I have these other courses, you may be asking? Well, because you have to have 24 total credits. So if we add up your academic requirements for subject area, you'll see we had 1 credit for English, a half for math, 1 credit for biology or other science. No, it was biology, and a half credit for the American government and a half credit for other social studies. So that means that's 3.5 credits. So that gives us 19 plus 3.5 is 22.5 credits. That's not quite that 24. So we would need another 1.5 credits of electives to get to that 24. Now, an elective can be an elective of any kind, or maybe a specific, like you could take a math class as an elective. So let's see if I have 3 other classes up here to make up that 1.5 credit that I need to get to that 24. So I have career planning and skill development. That would be a half credit. I'm not going to count the ones that I have to have. I have the civics test B class. That does not count as a credit, and I'll explain why in a minute. I have life skills, navigating adulthood, and I also have learning in a digital world. So those are my 3 half credits. That's going to give me that 1.5 total credit that I need to make that a 24. So 2 things I want to mention here. 1, 24 is the minimum. So if you want to take more than 24 credits, you're more than welcome to. It's not a maximum, it's a minimum. So, but this demo account has 24 credits. So they're going to have to, this demo student needs to pass all these classes to get that 24. And we know they've met their academic requirements and their elective requirements. So let's go back to the civics test. What is that? Well, below the academic requirements, you're going to see completion requirements. So these are other state requirements that you need to fulfill to graduate. So you can see the requirement description is here, and whether it's complete or not is over here. So we're going to start here with the Missouri Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and the civics exam. These 3 exams have not been completed. That is the civics test course. So that's why you don't earn a credit for that class. You're not earning a credit, but you're completing 3 of the required exams. You take the civics exam typically the same semester that you take American government. So that is why that they're together. They just separate the civics test from the American government because it makes it a little easier to keep up with. And if someone needs the civics test but not American government, they've already taken it, it's separated. So the civics test just houses those 3 required tests: the Missouri Constitution, U.S. Constitution, and civics exam, and then some study resources to help you prepare for those tests. Okay, so you've got the civics class. So once you complete and pass those 3 exams, this no will change to a check. The CPR instruction is checked. That is something that you typically take in health class. So if you're not checked on that, maybe you're in health class and you're going to get that this semester. But just so you know, that's usually done in health. Then we have the algebra EOC. That is done. But we have some more no's down here. So I'm showing the English 2 EOC, Biology EOC, and American Government EOC. Well, we're all familiar that EOCs are the in-person tests that the state requires students to take at the end of certain courses. So you've taken the algebra EOC. I'm sure at some point you've all taken an end of course exam. It is in person, and it's usually in the spring, somewhere around April. So I understand why I would need the biology and American Government EOC because I'm enrolled in those this semester. But this English 2, I don't understand. That's your sophomore English EOC. So one, maybe you transferred and you were supposed to take that at another school. Maybe you went to a private school and it wasn't required, something like that. So in those cases, I think it's typically excused. If not, you'll be scheduled for it when you take the others. But it would be worth reaching out if you have an EOC for a class that you're not enrolled in, just reaching out to one of us to double check to make sure that that requirement has been met or you don't need to take it, whether you need to take it or not. Okay, so that explains our EOCs. And then we have another note here for CCR. So what is a CCR? That is the College Career Readiness Test. And that is another requirement for graduation for the state of Missouri. So a CCR test is an ACT, an AccuPlacer, a Work Keys test, an SAT, or an ASVAB, ASVAB. So one of those tests would meet that CCR requirement. So if you're planning to go to college, we would recommend that you take the ACT because that is going to be not only a high school requirement for graduation, but it's typically a college admission requirement as well. If you're not planning to go to college, you can take one of the other options. If you were planning on military, you would want to take the ASVAB, ASVAB. That is also something that we work with recruiters and whatnot, and we have some of those testing places that are coming up, and the counselor has sent out and will send out more information for how you can register to take that with us at that site if that's what you wanted to do. But all that information will be more in depth under the CCR tab. So if you have a no here for CCR, just make sure you pay close attention to that CCR tab, okay? And then has 7 electives. We have a no, but we know that's covered because we've added up our credits and we have the total of 24. All right, so I hope this has helped you understand how to navigate the transcripts and figure out that you are on track for graduation. And if you see something and you have a question or you're not quite sure, you think you might be off track, then you need to reach out to us. You can contact me, Miss Lyons, your senior success coach, Miss Avery, she is the high school guidance counselor, or Mr. Hossinger, and he is the guidance counselor supervisor who does a lot of work for our seniors to make sure they're set to graduate. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy senior year!